How's it going, everybody? Jared Lutz here, back with another Diablo 4 video. This time I'm hitting you with all the news we've gotten for D4 over the past 2 weeks or so. This list has been steadily growing ever since my last video where we went over the seasons and battle pass system for Diablo 4, way back before even the server slam happened. I've been heavily caught up with work, so I haven't been able to throw together a video until now, but with that being said, here's most of, if not all of the Diablo 4 news and announcements that have been making the rounds online. First off, Blizzard has been releasing official videos over on the Diablo YouTube channel detailing the story of Diablo. The beginning of the world, the eternal conflict, Inarius and Lilith's backstory, how Sanctuary came to be, and more. As of the recording of this video, 3 of those chapters have been released. They look amazing, animations are really stunning, and it's all made better because it's narrated by the guy who voices Lorath. 100% recommend checking those out, even if you do know the story of Diablo. I'll link those below. Next, we also got the Diablo 4 gameplay launch trailer, which was met with mixed reviews due to the music track that plays alongside it. It's a Billie Eilish song, definitely not the heavy metal you'd expect for a Diablo trailer. I personally like it, and I think this trailer and the story launch trailer that was released soon after are both really good. Although the story trailer has some spoilers in it if you look closely, but I won't cover them here. There was also another Inside the Game video posted that takes a deep dive into the plot of D4, kinda setting up the story and what us as the player will be dealing with as we get a deeper look into Inarius and Lilith's plans. And last but not least, we got a live action trailer. The marketing team for D4 is really firing off on all cylinders these last few weeks. The links to all these videos will also be in the description for you to check out. Then there was another blog post released going over accessibility options for Diablo 4, some of which I actually was using during the server slam. Obviously, these are targeted for players with various disabilities, but there's ambient loot sounds that you can toggle for certain rarities of loot drops. During the server slam, I had it toggled for rare items just in case I missed any while playing. A pretty neat feature. There's a ton more in their blog post, and I'll link that as well. Next, we have Diablo 4 Twitch campaigns that were announced. If you gift 2 Twitch subscriptions to a qualifying streamer, you'll be able to ride into battle on the back of this horse. This campaign will be held on June 5th, 2023 through July 2nd, 2023. There's also going to be 4 weeks of Twitch drops. These are cosmetic items that you can get just by watching eligible Diablo 4 streamers each week. You've got various weaponry colors and back trophies that change every week and require you to watch a streamer for different amounts of time to be able to earn them. I'll leave a link down below that details everything if you want that info. We also got confirmation that you can delete the Server Slam client if you still have it installed. When D4 launches, it'll have its completely separate download that has nothing to do with the Server Slam or the betas, so you can go ahead and get rid of those. Speaking of D4's launch, the official launch times for early access for people who pre-ordered the deluxe or ultimate editions of the game are on June 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you have early access, come 4 p.m. Pacific time on June 1st, you'll be able to boot up D4 and get started. If you just have the regular version of D4, launch starts on June 5th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Also, preload for Diablo 4 begins on May 30th at 4 p.m. PDT for all platforms. If you need to know how to preload on your specific platform, there will be a link below that takes you to the blog post that explains all of that step by step. Also from Rod on Twitter, we got some clarification on the level scaling in reply to a tweet about shared campaign progress when playing co-op, stating, quote, "One of my favorite features is the fact that the game scales individually for players, so questline progress aside, you can have a level 1 and a level 30 playing together and having fun because the game scales for them and the new player doesn't have to hide in the corner." I'm personally a big fan of this. Not sure exactly how the tech works, but I'm glad they got it figured out. That way, if I'm introducing a friend to the game or something similar, I don't have to start a new character with them, so I'm not murdering everything on my main while they try to survive the entire time. This system works out for everyone. You can easily jump in and join up with new players with whatever character you want without having to worry about level and carrying lower levels or being useless when you join someone higher. All that stuff. Great feature. And once again, another tweet from Rod Ferguson, a reply to the treasure goblins from the server slam, basically not dropping anything that makes them worth chasing down. In my server slam experience, I came across a handful of treasure goblins and only got a couple thousand gold and like a blue item. They definitely were nerfed way too far into the ground. I don't think they need to guarantee a legendary or anything like that, but they should be dropping lots more gold, maybe gems too, maybe a couple rare items. so a fix has been made for launch, which is definitely needed. Now, we had lots of cross promotions going on. Both SteelSeries and Secret Lab announced Diablo IV themed products. SteelSeries launched a headset, mouse, mousepad, keycap, and thumbsticks, all of which are now sold out, unfortunately. I managed to pick up the headset, which is nice. Secret Lab, on the other hand, released gorgeous chairs in the style of Lilith and Inarius, so if you're interested in those or in need of a high-quality chair, those are still available for pre-order. There's also apparently a KFC cross-promotion happening soon where you can get exclusive cosmetics from like buying a sandwich at KFC. This hasn't been officially announced yet, but yeah, it's a thing. Blizzard also announced a contest of sorts where if you reach level 100 on hardcore mode and tweet #Diablo4Hardcore with your proof, your username could be immortalized on a statue of Lilith, with only the first 1,000 people to do so getting their name engraved. This has caused a bit of an uproar because a lot of big content creators and streamers have actually had access to the full game for multiple days over this last week. Even though those content creators' characters are going to be deleted prior to the launch, the argument is that those content creators have an unfair advantage here because they have more knowledge of the game. Makes sense. I'm personally not a fan of playing hardcore, so this doesn't necessarily affect me, but I wanted to report on it nevertheless. And lastly, coming up soon here on May 30th, an embargo ends for Diablo IV, so everyone and their brother who has been playing for review or content creation purposes will be sharing their thoughts on the full game, or what they were able to experience anyways. There will still be an embargo on story-related spoiler stuff. That doesn't lift until June 2nd. And that's it for the majority of the D4 news over the past couple weeks. Apologies for being away for longer than I anticipated. I've just been working a lot, that way I can take as much time off as I need for Diablo IV, and for making content on here once June 1st finally rolls around here in just a few short days. I'm not exactly sure what kind of content I'll be making on the game once it's out. I have a few ideas, but we'll have to see how things go. What I do know is that I will be covering any and all news on the game. We're talking updates, patches, blog posts, seasons, news, trailers, hotfixes, etc. So if you want to stay up to date with all things D4 news-wise, then stay a while and listen, subscribe, and I'll see you all after the game is out. Thanks for watching. Peace.